What up? Today was a tad disappointing. We took an L today, man. We took an L. And it's a bit unfortunate, but here's the thing. We're going to learn from it, and I'm going to go over everything I was thinking, and we're going to talk about it. So, here's the 4 hour chart today coming in. Okay. I was really leaning bullish. We had a 4 hour, as you see here, we had this, I had marked out this 4 hour untapped gap and then this 4 hour high up here. And so coming into market, I was really hoping that we could get some sort of manipulation on this internal low and then continue through. So what we did was is we came through, we swept out this internal low, and then on ES it was looking a little more bullish. If you look over here on ES, I was gonna take this trade, but I didn't. Because it didn't quite play out. So what we did was we tapped this 1 hour gap here, held this 5 minute gap multiple times. If you see, we started pushing up, and I was like, okay, I would be looking for like a retrace and then an entry to this. This is to fill the new week opening gap on ES. That didn't happen. So we didn't get to see that. So then we start dumping on Nasdaq. And so what I'm thinking is okay, well, this is that I have this is midnight open or something marked out here. I'm gonna take it off. All right, so we had London lows below. If you look on the hourly here, and this is my thought process going through this trade. Okay, we have this hourly. Look at this strong hourly close. I mean, look how big it is. It's like 150 something point closure on the hourly below, invalidating this gap. Now we still had this gap. Keep in mind. Which is another reason why this trade maybe been a little less probable. But anyway, I see that, and then I'm thinking, okay, let's get some gaps hit here. Let's get some retraces, and I'll take a trade to these London lows. Well, we didn't create any 5 minute retrace legs, right? Then we start kind of trickling. We start slowing down, and I'm like, okay, why are we slowing down when we're getting close to the draw? So it had been a first red flag for me, but I was thinking, okay, well, we're creating this 15-minute gap, which we did. We created this 15-minute gap, and then we tapped into it, okay? And if you look here on the 1 minute, with these strong draws below, I was thinking, we get this 1 minute tap. Okay, we start slowing down and chopping, which I'm thinking, okay, if we're going to chop, we're going to chop. And but what I was thinking is this chop was due to creating this 15-minute gap. And so we start chopping, and then we push up into this 15-minute gap that we created. And then we get a huge sell-off on the 1 minute, just kind of invalidating all this chop, in my opinion, with this quick break even. So I enter here with a 1-to-1 towards these London lows or whatever. And then I just get cooked, man. I just get cooked. Didn't see a tick, and we instantly reversed. And so a part of me is kind of happy because that just shows me that my draw was wrong. Just plain out wrong today for the bias. London lows was not in the cards, and I'm happy about that. I'm glad that we didn't come back up and then eventually just push flush through. So I was wrong with my bias, and this trade idea, was wrong. I would like to really learn from this and kind of take away why I took this trade. And so now I'm going to zoom you guys in, and we're going to talk about it. What do you think about that background? All right, we're going to talk about this here. I feel like the reason I took this trade was because yesterday we took a trade with a 15-minute gap above our stop loss, creating a unsafe stop loss. And so in my mind, this trade was kind of like the kind of proving to myself that I could wait, and I did, but I almost kind of it's like when I entered this trade, I was thinking like that 15-minute gap was just everything. Like that's all I wanted. I just wanted to tap that 15. I wasn't taking into consideration that we were in a 15-minute bear or a 15-minute bullish gap, a 1 hour bullish gap that we've been kind of rejecting in. Price kind of chopped, started slowing down. I wasn't taking into consideration any of these things really. The only thing I was focused on was tapping that 15-minute gap. Like I said, due to mostly yesterday's trade where I didn't wait for a 15-minute gap tap. Now we won, granted, but still. And this kind of goes into those previous day bleed throughs that I was talking about, where I'm allowing previous days in the market to really affect the way I trade. And here's the thing, that's a good thing if you're learning from previous mistakes and fixing them in current markets. But if you're trying to, like, if you come into the day with a chip on your shoulder trying to prove to yourself that you can wait on something that you didn't wait on the day before or whatever, then you're really kind of over fogging your mindset going into the day, and it can cause losses like this. And so I really feel like there's a lot to learn from this. Now, am I mad? Was I mad when this trade ended? Yes, my emotions were kind of get that gut feeling of like, ugh, like wow, because didn't see a tick of profit, and so like I guess what I'm trying to say is like a lot of my losses happen because of previous days in the market. And it shouldn't be that way. And as soon as I can clean that up, I know that we'll start seeing exponential growth. And so I really have to focus on not allowing little things that I do on previous days to kind of, create a chip on my shoulder in which I come into the market with a foggy mind, just trying to prove myself, you know, good at whatever because of previous mistakes. What I need to do is I need to learn from these previous mistakes, fix it in a manner that doesn't overcloud my judgment, right? And so ultimately, the trade idea I took today, I'm not terribly upset about. Yeah, I was like, did I not take into account the chop and the 15-minute gap that we were rejecting in and the 1 hour gap that we were rejecting in? Yes, of course. But all in all, it really comes down to allowing previous days to take effect on you in the market. And that's just something I've got to work on. And it's just something that we're going to get better at, every day. And at this point, I really don't feel any type of emotions, which is great. We've been working on that, just kind of learning from our mistakes or our wins or our break evens or our no trade days and just moving on and becoming 1% better every day. Like today, the loss doesn't mean anything. If anything, it's beneficial because I'm learning from it and we're growing and we're putting in our one brick a day to get better and better. And eventually there will be no other option but for me to be making consistent profits in the market. So that's going to be the recap for today. I hope you guys learned something from this, and I hope you guys had a good day and continue to have a good day. And I will catch you guys tomorrow. Adios.